Cardinal Dolan talks Ukraine, refugee relief, Russian invasion. The efforts to help Ukraine's refugees are an inspiration, Cardinal Timothy Dolan of New York has said at the conclusion of his visit to the region. However, he is still discouraged by the raw evil of the Russian invasion and worried about worse to come in the future. Over 5 million refugees have fled Ukraine, and 3 million have been embraced by Poland alone, Dolan told Colm Flynn of EWTN News in Depth in an interview broadcast May 2. The Cardinal recently visited displaced persons and refugees in Ukraine and border countries including Poland and Slovakia. In addition to those who have left the country, for safety and security, there are people displaced within Ukraine itself, he said, comparing the magnitude of the emergency to its tsunami. The Cardinal praised the magnificent resources that are available to help the refugees. His social media posts have praised the refugee assistance from the Archdiocese of Krakow, the Order of Malta, the Catholic Near East Welfare Association, the Knights of Columbus, and many more groups. Dolan said he took inspiration from how smoothly, how well-oiled, how beautifully choreographed the aid effort for Ukrainians is proceeding. "I kind of feared that we would find panic and we've only seen serenity," he told EWTN News in Depth. Now they are quick to say, well, now it's been almost 2 months. At the beginning it was kind of emergency and panicky. Now the flow of refugees has been tempered, Dolan said. In contrast with the inspiring effort to help refugees, he said thinking of Russia's invasion of Ukraine tempts me to discouragement. The invasion was raw evil that made him think, how can this tyrant get away with this? Dolan recounted a man of about 20 in Lviv, whose village had been bombed. Ever since then he just sits quietly. You can see that he's shattered. Physically he's fine, but inside he's in turmoil, the Cardinal reported. There are also other refugees determined to survive. We've seen intense suffering, but we also see people who are resilient and hopeful, and they've got a grit about them. And that gives me confidence as well, he said. The people of Ukraine have a PhD in suffering. They've always been attacked, Dolan said. Unfortunately, they are experienced in suffering. So they know that the suffering will be intense. But they know that ultimately, truth and goodness and beauty will prevail. And this gets them through, he added. Many Ukrainians recently celebrated Easter Sunday. Flynn, Dolan's interviewer, noted that people still came out to celebrate Easter in a time of war. The Cardinal said he was grateful that Christianity has a God who cries, and, he added, he cries at this. As Pope Francis had said, to use devotion or allegiance to a nation, to use that to justify a war, is idolatry. And it violates the first commandment. And he's right, said Dolan.